Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. Welcome for joining the show. August 26, 2024. Man, summer's almost gone. How about that? We got some exciting things to talk about today. I want to talk about identity and the media and trust in the media, because that's kind of a big thing. We just had some breaking news with another Trump endorsement, and I just wanted to touch on what's going on with Telegram and Pavel, all that kind of stuff. But first up, let's talk about this. I do ask you, follow me on @Coffee and Nuance on all the socials. Follow me at this place on the screen. Please follow me there, because I don't know how long I'm going to be on the other platform, if you will. So, I think currently I've got 305 followers or subscribers or whatever over there on Rumble. Let's see if we can get that a little bit higher. I'm going for 420 for the meme. So let's do it. But today I want to talk about, do you still believe the news? Yeah, all right, folks. Let's talk about something that's become as American as apple pie, distrusting the corporate media. Now, according to a new Gallup poll, and when I mean new poll, I mean it was from a year ago. Who cares? 39% of Americans now have no confidence in the media. None, zip, nada. If the media were a friend, it would be the one who forgot your birthday, borrowed your car, scratched it, returned it without even saying anything. Yeah. Here's the kicker. Trust in media isn't just about what's on the screen. It's about what's in your head, your identity. If you're a Democrat, you trust in the media. It's like your relationship with kale, right? Strong, unwavering. You can't understand why anyone would see it differently. But if you're a Republican, the media is more like tofu, suspicious, tasteless, definitely something liberals are pushing on you. Now, this isn't just about political leaning. It's about identity. For Democrats, trusting the media isn't just a choice. It's a badge of honor. It's like wearing a mask during a pandemic and driving a Prius. If you're not doing it, are you even a Democrat? The media says Trump is a threat to democracy, and Democrats nod along like they're at a Beyonce concert. Slay, Queen. But let's face it, a lot of that trust is blind. The media says we're unbiased, and Democrats say, sounds legit to me, without even blinking. Republicans, on the other hand, have built their identity around not trusting the media. For them, believing the media is like drinking the Kool-Aid, except they know it's poisoned. Fox News could run a segment titled "The Sky is Blue," and Republicans would be like, what's their angle? Trusting the media would be the equivalent of saying, you know what? Maybe Hillary's emails weren't that important after all. It's just not going to happen, okay? And this is where it gets dangerous, because when your political identity is so wrapped up in whether you trust the media or not, you're not just filtering information, you're filtering reality. You're seeing what you want to see, hearing what you want to hear, missing out on what's actually happening. Think about it. If you're a Democrat and the media says climate change is real and we're all going to die, you're out there buying solar panels and learning to compost. But if you're a Republican, the media says Trump lied to overthrow the government, you're like, well, that's just fake news trying to scare me. Same story, two totally different reactions. The truth is, your identity as a Democrat or Republican could be what's holding you back from actually understanding the world. We're so wrapped up in these identities that we can't see the forest for the trees, or in some cases, the news for the propaganda. So here's the takeaway. Maybe it's time to check your identity at the door. Start looking at the facts for what they are, not for what your party tells you they are. The media might be biased, sure. But if you're only seeing the world through your political identity, guess what? You're biased too. And finally, to my friends on the right, you don't trust the Democrats at all and think they always lie to amass more power? well, congratulations. You're halfway there. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffey Nuance Show. Least watched, censored commentary and news show live right now. Flame on. Hey, what's up, everybody in the chat? I will be getting to all of your comments a little bit later. But I just wanted to talk about this idea that our political identity is the thing that's driving whether we believe the news or not, and not the other way around. It's not, hey, I don't trust the media, therefore I'm a Republican. No. It's Republicans don't trust the media, Democrats do. Kind of a chicken and egg thing. Yeah? What's really going on? So here's my pitch. Over the weekend, I actually sent a friend of mine, I sent a number of friends of mine, Kennedy's speech from Friday, where he withdrew from the race. And I thought it was one of the greatest political speeches that I'd seen in a long time. And so I sent it to a number of my friends, and one of my friends just reacted in a very bizarre way. Just straight up, I don't need to hear what that guy has to say. I don't need to hear what he has to say. He's sold out. I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't think I can change my friend's mind on whether to trust the media or not. I think that's the wrong way to go about it. And I've thought about it over the weekend. I was thinking about this, and I think here's a better idea. And you can use this maybe on yourself or on people you know. Emphasize the value of being independent. Imagine being able to form your own opinions on every issue without feeling pressured to align with your party, right? You don't have to do that. If you say you're an independent, you can agree with most of the things that the Republicans do. You can agree with most of the things that the Democrats do. You're free to agree with whatever you want to. And you don't have that artificial pressure of trying to live up to what they tell you to do. As an independent, you get to decide what you believe based on, facts and your own values. Because, we're told this is what we believe. It's empowering to be your own thinker and not just a cog in the political machine. That's kind of how I used to feel. You can also highlight to your friend, right, limits of party loyalty. Political parties often demand loyalty, right? Even when their positions change or when they back candidates that you don't agree with. As an independent, you're not tied to the party. Okay, if they shift their priorities and that's not with you, you can say, no, I'm not with that. It gets much more difficult if your identity is tied to a party. And often, you kind of feel like you're betraying your team, right? You don't want to betray your team. Well, you know how you get out of that? Don't be part of the team, right? Being independent means being true to yourself and not just the party's agenda. It allows you to be more authentic in your beliefs and actions rather than feeling the need to conform to a party. Now, maybe you've seen these videos where they, somebody on the street asks somebody, just some regular Joe, regular Jane, their opinion on something, and they answer, and their answer doesn't line up with their party, but they don't realize it yet because they haven't learned. Like I'm left wing, so this is what I'm supposed to think. They just go with their own thing, and then they'll have a friend. They'll say, "Oh no, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that." That's because identity is driving beliefs rather than just deciding what you think is right and wrong for yourself. So that's good. So I think it's really important that you would just reject all these parties and just say, you know what? I'm in it for myself. And if the Republicans have 90% of the ideas that I like, I will vote with them when the time comes. And if Democrats have the ideas that I align with 90% of the time, I will check myself into a mental institution. Just kidding. But if that were to happen, right, then, then you're free to support a Democrat in that case. But do it based on what you genuinely think is right, and not because that's the team that you're on. Right? Don't just hold on to your team. One of the problems is everything is so polarized now, and it's hard to even have a reasonable discussion with anybody. I got really upset with my friend the way he responded. I just said, "Hey, man, I know you're not in politics, but I thought this was a really good speech." He's like, "I don't need to hear that anti-vaxxer, guy sold out his family name." I'm like, that's identity speaking. That's not his opinion. Okay, that's the opinion that he's been assigned because he's part of that team. So, anyway, I think that if you identify as someone that's not part of a team, then you're kind of more open to the best idea. And don't you want to be aligned with the best ideas? I do. I do. I think that we should try to reframe being independent as like the new norm, right? This is the new normal. Is you just don't have blind loyalty to a stupid team. Now you can vote for that team all you want to, but I don't think. But if we get more and more people identifying as independent because they see flaws in both parties, this isn't about like rejecting politics. It's realizing that neither of these teams has all the answers. Some of them with none of the answers, right? So it's not about sitting on the fence, which is what I thought a long time ago. What I thought years ago was like, oh, you're independent, you can't make up your mind. No, I was wrong. It's about standing on your own. Okay. And so what you can do with a friend, you can say, hey, man, I know you're someone who values critical thinking and integrity. You value critical thinking and integrity, right? And most people are going to say yes, even if they don't. I said, becoming an independent, you're staying true to those values. You're not letting somebody else dictate what you think or who you should support. It's about putting your principles first. And so the reason that I bring this up is because of all of the people that are crossing over and supporting President Trump in a kind of unity party. I talked about it with RFK Jr. last week. RFK Jr., he started his campaign running as a Democrat, right? Trump used to be a Democrat, okay? Elon Musk used to be a Democrat, right? He said that he's, supported Obama, all that. He said he stood in line to shake Obama's hand, stood in line for hours. Well, today at a National Guard thing that Trump went to, he brought out Tulsi Gabbard. She officially endorsed Trump and said she's going to do all that she can to support him. And I think that is, I like the idea of not being tied up with one particular party. If you think that someone else has better ideas, right, such as like not having a bunch of stupid wars, that you could join them, and the party doesn't matter. Okay, the party doesn't matter. We know what the Democrat Party did to Tulsi. Look, think of it this way: Tulsi Gabbard was the vice chair of the DNC. Okay, she was vice chair of the DNC. She was one of the highest-ranking people in the DNC. And now she's supporting Trump because she's independent-minded. And so I think if you have somebody that is independent-minded, but they're still identifying as a party, and I mean this for both Republicans and Democrats, I think the idea is just talking about identity and that maybe you are more independent and you can support whoever the hell you want to. But you don't have to buy in to everything that is going on. Hey, while we got a lot of people here, I just want to try one thing real quick. I want to say, let's do this one here. I just want to do a quick live read. Thank you for helping me out. I think I'm going to make $1.50 for doing this. So thank you all for staying in for this quick read. Big tech is suppressing free speech everywhere, and I'll get more into that in just a minute. It's clear their censorship campaign is going to get even worse. Without free speech, we won't have a free society. That's why you need to dump the big tech bosses and join the Truth Social movement now. At Truth Social, you can get all your news and opinions, set up or join groups based on your hobbies or interests, and make yourself heard on any issue without being squelched by big tech censors. Join the network that is the leading platform for direct, unfiltered access to Donald Trump's social media posts. If you want instant access to all of Trump's announcements, plans, and reaction to the biggest issues of the day, Truth Social is the social platform for you. Break free of big tech suppression, strike a blow against cancel culture, and reclaim your rights on America's premier free speech social media platform. Join Truth Social today. There we go. Thanks for sticking with me through that. And perhaps that's something that I need to look into doing as well. To be honest, I haven't looked into Truth Social that much because it just seemed like a Trump thing. But am I being a hypocrite by not even checking it out? Well, maybe that's something that I need to check out today. So thank you for them sponsoring what I'm doing right now. So good on that. Anyway, so this Trump was still talking when I started this live stream. So I haven't watched the whole speech that he was doing today at the National Guard thing where Tulsi made her announcement. But it's going to be interesting to see how this is carried in the media. And it goes back to the same point that I was talking about. You still believe the news? The New York Times did a piece this weekend on how RFK was portrayed in different news medias. And it was interesting because even the New York Times, or at least my reading of it, said, Breitbart seemed to be a pretty nice, positive story. RFK Jr. Endorsing Trump, dropping out, or not suspending his campaign, supporting Trump. So Breitbart did a nice factual review of it. And other media, and I can't remember specifically what it is, just totally lambasted it and said, you know what, it's a good thing. It's a good thing RFK went with Trump because we don't need him. We don't need him. He's awful and he's a conspiracy nut. Again, this all goes to if you believe the media or not. And it does seem to be like in this survey from last year, where trust in media totally aligns with your party. The majority of Democrats believe that they can count on the corporate news to give them actual and factual information in all stories. It's almost comical. And I think it was about 10% for Republicans. And independents, it was kind of in the middle. So that's very interesting. But when it comes to the corporate media, even if we look at the coverage of what's happened with Telegram, so the founder of Telegram, Pavel, was arrested in France, I think on Saturday, right? And basically what they're saying is, and the charges just came out like an hour ago, so I haven't really had a chance to go through all of that. But basically they're saying, hey, you created this platform that allows encrypted messages, and some people have been using it for some bad stuff, and you haven't done enough to stop it. I wonder if people do bad stuff with their phone, right? Do you think criminals plan things on their phone? So is consumer cellular, right? Are they going to go after consumer cellular because there were some people that were using their cell phones, to commit a crime? No, of course not. Even if we go back to Jan 6, right? And whatever you think about that, they essentially destroyed Parler because some of it was planned on Parler. But in reality, when we looked into it, most of it was planned on Facebook. Did Facebook suffer any consequences for this? Of course not. Of course not. So the way that this works is they're going after Pavel to kind of squeeze him to say, hey, man, U.S. intelligence agencies need access to, they need a backdoor to everything you do, to everything that happens on Telegram. That's actually the reason that he left Russia and moved to Dubai. Yeah. Was because Russia tried the same thing. He said, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving anyone access to this. This also could be a pressure move against Elon, right? Hey, Elon, we might arrest you because maybe someone is using X to do something bad. Now you can use Gmail, you can use Instagram, you can use Facebook to communicate all of your plans. We're not going to go after that because we, the State Department, we have access to everything that happens on there. But you haven't given it to us, so maybe this is just a shot over the bow at Elon. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. But just to round out ideas about closing thoughts on political identity and if you trust the media or not. Switching to an independent identity doesn't mean you're giving up any of your beliefs, right? It means you're taking ownership of them. It means that you're deciding what matters most to you without being swayed by what your party says. You'll be able to engage with politics in a way that more aligns with your own values. And ultimately, I think it will be more fulfilling. So that's my little pitch to you about leaving behind party politics and just joining with people and values that you agree with, not because they're part of a particular party, but because you value them and their ideas the most. Anyway, that's what I have prepared today. Stick around for the after show. I'll be going through all your comments, reading the comments. Do me a favor, if you like this so far, hit the thumbs up button, and please follow me on X and Rumble. Who knows how long I'm going to be around on the other platforms. I can kind of see what's happening. So anyway, I'll check out all of your comments right now. All right, thanks for sticking around, everybody. What's up, John? Apothecary John, Lucid Moments. Nice to see everybody today. 420, I'm there. Yeah, I want to get my followers, subscribers, whatever they're called. What are they called on Rumble? I don't even know. It's not important. We should have some universal term for that. I guess subscribers. I want to get up to 420. I think I'm at like 305 right now. So if you're not following me on Rumble, please do. That'd be great. Hashtag Rumble Gang. What's up, Big Daddy? Gonzo is here. Nice. Rev 68 with the American flag. I love it. I love it. Yeah, we got some special emotes, if you will, on Rumble. So you can, if you want to, Rev 68, just put up one there. We got the American flag, and I think that's like a little flaming, like tiki mask or something like that. Big Daddy says, I'm labeled as a Republican. My views are more in line with them than Democrats. I understand that. Mental institution, you can't have the room next to me. I'm the mayor, but I'm bummed. Okay. Gonzo says, I feel like most people don't do enough research on all the different candidates. And when it comes time to vote, they just see a bunch of names they don't recognize and just vote for whoever. Yeah, I still do that. Okay. I still do that. Sometimes I vote for people I don't even know. I don't even know anything about them. And I might vote along party lines, or I might vote uh, for whatever reason, I do that too. I think everybody does that. I mean, obviously not for president or like your senator or something like that. But a lot of times, more and more lately, I've been following some local politics, so I understand who's running for, um, city council and things like that. But for years, I didn't follow who was running for city council. You know, so guilty. I'm guilty of that as well. And I'm not saying, if you want to go into it and you say, well, I haven't really followed it, so I'm just going to vote for the party that I align more with. That's cool. Just do that. What I'm saying is, you yourself don't get caught up in being part of the party, because then you start making excuses for dumb things you don't agree with because the party is pushing them. That's how bad ideas keep going, is because people feel the need to back up those stupid ideas they don't agree with just because their party is saying it. Elon may want to wash that hand, no telling where it's been. Ooh, bum. Big Daddy says, I've tried to go to Truth Social. It wouldn't let me in. Okay, well, we'll have to see about that. Smash that like button. Thanks, Gonzo. Rev68 says, Instagram, some kind of exploitation image problem is more than enough to arrest Zuckerberg right now, according to the Pavel arrest. Yeah, but the way that this works is, if the State Department, CIA, whoever you want to say, the deep state, right? The permanent DC intelligence class, if they have access to everything at a social media company, then they will allow it to exist. They will allow it to do whatever. Who cares? They've got access to everything. They've got access to everything on Facebook. They've got access to everything on Instagram. They've got access to everything on Facebook, right? They've got it all. That's one of the problems that they have with TikTok, right? Is they don't have the back door into TikTok. They don't have the back door into X anymore, right? We learned with the Twitter files what happened prior, that Twitter before Elon was working hand in hand with all kinds of FBI people. No longer, hopefully, as far as I know. That's why they're going after Elon so much. That's why they're going after currently Telegram, with arresting Pavel over there in France. Big Daddy says, I miss the days when there wasn't an internet. Things seemed better back then, and people seemed better too. Well, everything, you got pros and cons of everything, right? I think the internet is cool. For example, now that we have the internet, now that we have live streaming, I can talk to you, and this is awesome. I love it. And I'm so glad that I've made connections with people all over the country and all over the world. And that's awesome. There's a lot of downside to the internet as well. So we got pros and cons, pretty much to most things. But I understand. The thing is, you can still get out. You don't have to always stay connected to the internet. Anyway, so it looks like that's about all the comments. I do appreciate everybody sticking around, hitting the like button. Let's see if we can get some more people following on Rumble. Let's get to 420, bro, for the meme. Anyway, that's all I have prepared. I'm going to look forward to checking out this full speech that Trump made today. But yeah, big news. I mean, we knew that Tulsi was going to endorse Trump, right? Like, she's already been working with him. The talk is that she's been working with him to prepare for the upcoming debate with Kamala, if that happens. So we already knew that. We could see that coming. But to make it official today, I think that's a big deal. And from what I've heard, there will be more Democrats joining the Trump campaign as more of a unity ticket, a unity idea. And I'm all for that, because I think we need more unity and less divisions. So that's a real positive thing for me. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I'll be back on Wednesday live, noon on the West, 3 on the East. Hope to see you then. Peace.